boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. Congratulations to the Iron Lady, Germaine de Randamie, for being the first 145-pound UFC women's featherweight champion, and also the first Dutch woman to hold the belt. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and break this fight down, okay? This fight was a close fight, just like I said. Round one, I completely gave that to, I gave that round to Germaine de Randamie. I thought that Germaine was hitting Holly with the more clean, effective strikes. I thought so. Holly threw a lot more volume, but Germaine got a lot more quality. And a lot of the punches that Holly was throwing in the first round, they were kind of slapping punches. They really weren't doing any damage. Holly did a lot of leg kicks. And I actually said in my keys to victory that Holly needed to really invest in the leg kicks. Holly did a lot of leg kicks, okay? What was happening is I actually saw that Holly wasn't getting full extension into the legs, and I feel like Holly should have kind of closed the distance a little bit more to really make those leg kicks more effective. But nonetheless, Holly Holm, I thought she did a good job of actually trying to initiate those leg kicks, because Germaine de Randamie, she keeps those legs exposed so you can actually hit Germaine with a leg kick. Okay, that's no secret. Round two, I gave it to Holly Holm. Holly Holm hit Germaine with a beautiful, I'm talking, and I want to say it was round two. I can't remember. She hit Germaine. It was either round two or round three. Holly Holm hit Germaine. No, it was round three. Okay, I give round two to Germaine, but I gave round three to Holly. Holly hit Germaine with a beautiful, I'm talking about a beautiful head kick, man. And I'm telling you, man, that thing took Germaine, it took it to her hand. And Germaine kind of jumped back up, and she hit Holly after the buzzer. And that one, I don't know, it was kind of close, man. And I almost thought Germaine, I don't know, I thought it was kind of close. But we'll talk about, the second head kick or the second violation that I thought Germaine de Randamie got. Round three, I gave it to Holly Holm. Round four, I actually gave that round to Germaine de Randamie. Holly Holm, though, I'm going to tell you something. I was impressed by Holly Holm. Holly Holm surprised Germaine de Randamie, and, she tried to take Germaine de Randamie down. And I said in the keys to victory that Holly Holm needs to keep Germaine honest, okay? She needs to initiate takedowns with Germaine de Randamie. And she was giving Germaine a lot of problems. And Holly Holm was keeping Germaine back on the cage. But see what was happening. And, and a lot of people, they'll say, Holly was winning in the clinch. Germaine was parrying a lot of those knees. Like, she was parrying them. And I have to show you a video to break them down. She was parrying those knees. And she then began to rotate Holly back onto the fence. And then Germaine began to deliver a lot of knees. Germaine hit Holly with some critical knees, okay? And it looked like Germaine wasn't doing much in the clinch, but she was. And, I was trying to tell people that Germaine is, she's a Muay Thai fighter. She's a Muay Thai fighter. So she knows how to fight in the clinch. But I still think Holly did a good job in the clinch. And I thought that Holly did a great job of trying to initiate these takedowns. Okay, listen. It's better than what I've used to seeing Holly doing. And you can actually tell that Holly actually got the potential to be a good wrestler. It's there. The potential is there. It's just Holly wasn't used to trying to take people down. It's just something that she wasn't trying to do. And Germaine was strong. Holly is strong too, but Germaine was strong. And Germaine did a beautiful job of actually, stopping all the takedowns. Every takedown attempt that Holly Holm tried to do, Germaine de Randamie, she stopped that, okay? Like, Germaine did a good job. In round four, I gave that to Germaine, and I don't know what round it was. I think it was round three when I think Germaine hit Holly again with, a shot after the buzzer. Now, I thought they maybe should have taken a point after the second time, I think they should have taken a point. But, they didn't do it. But still, even if they would have taken a point, I still think Germaine would have won the fight. And you can look at all the strikes, man. Germaine was hitting Holly with some serious leather. Now, Holly clipped Germaine, I think, in the fourth round with a left hand, man. Good grief. That was a beautiful left hand, man. And she dropped Germaine, and Germaine got buckled on her knees, but then Germaine kind of grabbed her, got in the clinch, and did the wise veteran thing. And then Germaine started hitting Holly with a lot of shots. Holly Holm hit Germaine with two shots that clearly hurt Germaine, but I think Germaine de Randamie was hurting Holly Holm the majority of the fight. That's just my opinion, okay? And Holly Holm did not make an adjustment for that right hand. She didn't do it, okay? Holly Holm did not make an adjustment for the right hand. She didn't. And Germaine was hitting her with that counter right hand at will. And that's the same counter right hand that Valentina Shevchenko was hitting Holly Holm with. And then I was kind of puzzled, like, why is Holly circling to Germaine's right hand? Holly Holm did that the whole night. She circled into Germaine's right hand. So I'm like, well, God, dog, what the hell? You know, I mean, maybe circle back the other way. Take a step back, and Holly was coming in a little reckless. She'll throw like a 3 or 4 punch combination with a kick, and then Germaine was just sitting there waiting on it. Germaine was flat-footed. She sat there. She was waiting on it, and Germaine was putting her weight behind those punches, man. You know, she messed up Holly eye. I mean, Holly eye got a swell on it, man. But I'm going to tell y'all this, man. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. And if you can argue, you know, you can say the fight could have been a draw. I don't know. In my opinion, I think Germaine won the fight. I just thought Germaine hit Holly with a lot more leather, and I just thought the judges saw that too. That's what I think, okay? I thought that Germaine was catching Holly with some serious strikes that was actually hurting Holly and making Holly have to think a little bit. So now we know that one possible blueprint to beat Holly Holm, if you're a good counterpuncher, you can beat her. If you are a decent wrestler that can close the distance, you can beat Holly Holm. And Germaine kind of pretty much showed it, you know. And I told y'all that this was going to be maybe 80 to 90% a stand-up battle. And I said that if it comes down to a stand-up game, Germaine de Randamie is going to win it. Okay, she's going to win a stand-up battle. And I said in my keys to victory, Holly Holm should not spend large amounts of time trying to stand with Germaine de Randamie, and she did that. And Germaine capitalized on pretty much every mistake that Holly made. The fight, it was a close fight, but I still had Germaine winning the fight. That's just my opinion, okay? Congratulations to the Iron Lady, okay? I'm proud of her. I'm glad that she won. You know, and the fight could have went either way, but I'm happy for her because, you know, this woman has had a lot of things happen to her in her career. Even in her first MMA fight, you know, she got an armbar submission put on her. And, you know, she went to the hospital, and she had to pay her own hospital bill. This woman has had a lot of setbacks. This woman has had a lot, you know, financial issues. She's just had a lot of stuff go wrong. And finally, I'm glad that something happens for her. Now, you know, Chris Cyborg was in the audience, okay? And I'm going to talk about Cyborg next, guys. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. Congratulations to the Iron Lady. I'm done. Subscribe.